Hi, I'm Olivia Kendall, here with Attorney Jon Groth to discuss the new incident of the dog bite in the White House. John, this is big news this week. What have you heard so far?
Well, I've been reading a lot about this. There's a CNN story that I read about Champ and Major. Champ is the 13-year-old German Shepherd, and Major is the 3-year-old. They're both rescue dogs. My understanding is that there was a Secret Service agent that was, it sounds like attacked. I saw one news story where it said that there was a, quote, biting incident involving Major, the 3-year-old German Shepherd. And the last I heard just a couple hours ago, I was looking at my screen here, that they were sent back to Delaware, and they're with some friends and they're being taken care of far away from the White House.
Gotcha. And every state is different when it comes to dog bites, correct? So what would happen if this happened in Wisconsin?
It's a great question. What would happen? You know, in Wisconsin, we have a dog bite statute. So there's a statute that holds dog owners responsible for the actions of their dogs. You can use kind of the word strict liability, that you're responsible for your dogs. If your dog attacks somebody, you are responsible to pay for the victim's medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, any future medical bills if you have to have like a scar revision surgery, which is something we see pretty often. And then there's also the really complex part of this is when you're getting into a dog that may have bit before. Pardon me. If the dog bit somebody before or has a history of causing injury to people, the victim could get double damages. So you get twice the amount of your medical bills, twice the amount of your lost wages, twice the amount of your pain and suffering. So that's specific to Wisconsin. Other states don't have that. But that's something that certainly I would be aware of and I would look into if we're investigating this kind of case.
And John, you seem very knowledgeable about this. Have you handled cases like this before?
I've had cases almost identical to this, not involving the president, thank goodness, or the governor of Wisconsin, I guess it would be, or the mayor. But I've had cases where it's a place of employment, just like this. The White House is a place of employment where somebody brings in a dog and another employee is bitten by that dog. Very, very similar. You have a lot of different things involved in that because you have workers' compensation possibly, and workers' compensation is going to pay for the medical bills potentially, and then they're going to want to get paid back by the insurance for the dog owner. You have the dog owner's insurance, who's going to say a lot of different things to say, well, this was a dog that you should have been aware of, or you should be more cautious around the dog and try to blame the victim. And then you have the victim who's kind of stuck in the middle here. They want to get their care, and they also want to get paid for the pain and suffering, the lost wages, and things like that. So I've handled cases like this all the way to trial, where we had a trial in a very similar incident like this against a local insurance company because that insurance company really has a problem with paying out any kind of damages for dog bites. So yes, we've handled cases very, very similar to this.
Okay. And so what should a dog bite victim do after an attack?
Boy, a couple things. The most important thing is take care of yourself, right? So you want to get immediate first aid. You want to go to urgent care, go to a doctor as soon as you can, because you don't know what's going on. Is there, worst case scenario, rabies involved? Is there something else that the dog may have been eating beforehand, and there's other viruses, bacteria, things like that in the dog's mouth? You don't want to just immediately seal up the area. You want to clean it. So you want to go to a doctor so they can clean the area, just to make sure that you don't have any kind of infection that occurs later on. So most important, obviously, is to get doctor's care. The other thing you want to do is report it to an agency, be it the police, maybe neighborhood services. In certain communities in Wisconsin, there's a division of the local government that deals with reporting dog bites and dangerous dogs. So there's a record of this, and that's significant because there are some orders out there that if a dog bites multiple times and has a history of being a dangerous dog, communities can say that that dog needs to be put down. It needs to be euthanized because it is a dangerous dog, potentially at large. So there's that. Also, that's significant for an attorney that might be involved because of the double damages statute. If the dog bit multiple times in the past, the victim could get multiple types of damages. If the dog has a history of being just a terribly aggressive dog, then there's the potential of punitive damages. In this case, with Major, the story I read just before from CNN, I think, said that this, and the quote was, has been known to display agitated behavior, jumping, barking, charging. So what has this dog done before? We know, I think it was Major that was involved in the incident last year with President, or then candidate Biden, where candidate Biden broke his ankle, I believe, or broke his foot playing with Major. If it's just that innocent, then maybe that wouldn't rise to the level of the dog bite statute in Wisconsin. But if there's what they're saying today, that if this history of agitated behavior, jumping, barking, charging, and it caused injury, then that's something that might rise to the level in Wisconsin of punitive damages. So in general, go to the doctor, report this to some kind of governmental agency. And then the third thing is keep evidence. Take pictures, write down notes. If there's witnesses, get their names, gather all that stuff so you can give that to an attorney if you want to hire an attorney and have them help you out with this.
Thank you for those valuable insights, Jon. How can people reach you if they have more questions concerning this?
Sure. Thanks, Olivia. Thanks for the time today. Growthlawfirm.com is probably the easiest place you can go to. Our website has a lot of information, a lot of articles we've written about dog bites in Wisconsin, the dog bite statute and such. Growthlawfirm.com, or just give us a call at 414-999-0000. 414-999-0000. Thanks.
Thank you, Jon.